The skies of West Asia, ladies and gentlemen, are telling a story that Donald Trump would never have expected to hear on the 28th of February. A Pentagon assessment report has now revealed that Iran has destroyed American MQ-9 Reaper drones worth $1 billion till now. It also states that the United States has finished half of its THAAD interceptors. A report by the Washington Post details this Pentagon assessment, which unveils that as many as 24 to 30 Reaper drones were destroyed, which is a staggering battlefield loss that could represent nearly 20% of America's pre-war inventory of one of its most feared unmanned weapon systems. It also unveils the numbers of THAAD interceptors launched by the U.S., more than 200 in defense of Israel, along with more than 100 Standard Missile 3 and Standard Missile 6 interceptors, using up half of its interceptor inventory. Now, as far as the drones are concerned, many of the drones were reportedly shot down mid-flight by Iranian defenses. Others were reportedly destroyed on ground in missile strikes, or they were lost during chaotic wartime operations. So the big question I ask tonight is this: has American aerial dominance been shattered by Iran? And here's why I ask this. Because remember, the MQ-9 Reaper is not just another drone. It is the symbol of modern American warfare. For 2 decades, the Reaper has hovered silently over Afghanistan, over Iraq, Syria, Yemen, essentially doing America's job with deadly precision. In fact, it became the face of America's remote warfare doctrine. The idea that wars could be fought from thousands of miles away, with pilots sitting safely inside air-conditioned control rooms inside the U.S. But today, that image of the untouchable American air dominance is under pressure. Each MQ-9 Reaper costs roughly $30 million. MQ-9 Reaper is a surveillance platform, a strike platform, all rolled into one. It carries advanced sensors, thermal imaging, targeting systems, and precision-guided munitions, including Hellfire missiles and JDM bombs. Losing dozens of them means losing the very nerve center of military operations: reconnaissance, targeting, and battlefield awareness. Remember, the production line for U.S. military has moved on largely toward next-generation autonomous systems and cheaper swarm drone concepts, meaning that every drone lost over Iranian airspace is not just a tactical setback. Remember, it is a shrinking strategic asset as well. For years, America sold the idea that unmanned warfare reduces the risk because no pilot can be captured. But Iran appears to be challenging this very notion. There might not be humans captured, but the financial and strategic risk increases massively. Look at the math. One MQ-9 Reaper is $30 million, and the cost of missiles or air defense systems used to destroy them? Well, in many cases, that cost is dramatically cheaper. Military strategists call this the cost exchange problem, and it is becoming one of the defining military lessons of the decade. We already saw hints of this in Ukraine, where cheap FPV drones destroyed tanks costing millions. We saw it in the Red Sea as well, where low-cost Houthi drones had forced Western navies to fire extremely expensive interceptor missiles. Now, what confirms, interestingly, that American stockpiles have reduced is the latest statement by U.S. Acting Navy Secretary Hung Chow, which makes it crystal clear that U.S. ammunition has certainly decreased. During the Senate Appropriations Committee's Defense Subcommittee hearing, Chow told senators that arms shipments worth $14 billion to Taiwan have been paused to make sure that the United States has the munition that it needs for Operation Epic Fury. Listen in.
Chairman, I have not spoken to the Taiwanese. However, we have done some foreign military sales to them. And it's just right now we're doing a pause in order to make sure we have the munitions we need for Epic Fury, which we have plenty, but we're just making sure we have everything. But then the foreign military sales will continue when the administration deems necessary, sir.
Meanwhile, the Taiwanese spokesperson reacted to the statement and said that they haven't heard anything officially from America yet.
We have indeed noticed the relevant reports, but currently there is no information regarding any adjustments the US will make to this arms sale. The biggest issue is that we hope the arms sales regulations and related budgets in our parliament will not encounter any unforeseen complications and will be completed smoothly on schedule. This is the most important thing at present.
So while a final draft may have been readied militarily, America seems to be challenged by an adversary it did not think would stand up to it for so long.